Told you I'd be here on time. I made it right at 8 o'clock on the dot. Where's everybody else? Got 8 viewers out there and 4 likes. Let's hammer on that like button. And get my chat popped out so I can see what's going on. Jim Fletcher, how you doing there, brother? Looks like you're the first person to cross over the bridge. Joe McBride. Alright, so here I've got my 50 names. Got my 50 names, and I've got my one extra for the wrapper, even though the wrapper isn't all that exciting. This is just another 50 pennies wrapper. But it's a tradition. So, use them to paper your bathroom, or whatever you like. Alright, so they're going to go in the bag. All that goes in the bag, and then I'm going to open this roll. Typical method. Going to use a nice little plastic rake here. Hey, Levels. I hope we get a small date. That would be nice to get some small dates out of this roll. Tell you that for sure. There's also some nice double dies to be found. So, we'll see. I'm gonna find nothing if I can't get the roll open, right? Here we go. Oh, trust me, I can get these rolls open. Just a matter of getting them open without damaging the paper. Got it. Roll comes up over the coins just like usual. And there we go. There's a roll of 1970 S Lincoln cents. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. Don't have very many people here, but that's fine. They'll all come in. J.O.B. J.O.B. gets the first coin in the roll. Let's see what that first coin is. A little bit spotted. It was right on the end of the roll. Got no doubling there. Interesting die wear. Take a look at the reverse. Nice clean looking red reverse. And that's coin number 1 for J.O.B. Coin number 2. Draw out Levels of Madness. Levels of Madness will get coin number 2. And here is coin number 2. Gonna have a normal obverse. Flip it over, take a look at the reverse. Couple of little spots near the rim there. Hi, Jeff Dunn. Got nothing else going on in the reverse. That's coin number 2 in the roll. Coin number 3. Levels again. We're working for you, brother. Trying anyway. That is machine doubling. You can see it on the 7, the 9, and the S mint mark. So that's machine doubling. Good evening, Paul Hampton. And looking at the reverse, I see nothing on this one. Jeff Dunn. Farm Dog, Steve A, Joe McBride. How's everybody doing? Is everybody just having a great day today? Rudy Alfaro. Rudy Alfaro gets the next one. Awesome day. I like that. There are a few different things I look for on the obverse of the 1970S. First of all, the obvious double die and the small date. Barring the obvious double die and the small date, there are a couple of bar L double dies that you want to look for. You want to watch for the L to have extra appendages. And then you want to watch the top and bottom of the upper bar of the 7, and in and around the 0 for extra little bits of 7 and 0. There are a number of different double dies. Most of them on the obverse. The reverse double dies tend to be, well, there's one that kind of shows in the statue area on the reverse. And the other one shows in the word sent, but it's a proof, so we're not going to find one of those. There are a couple of Class 1 double die obverses that show on In God We Trust. There is a Class 2 double die obverse that shows primarily in Liberty. So, coin number 5. Sissy Atwell. Maybe she'll spark some luck in us. What do you think? Sissy Atwell, the coin hunting good luck charm. Yeah, well, we got nothing so far on this coin. Okay, nothing on the obverse that I can see. Yeah, I guess Deanna really is. She's the one that kind of pushes us over the edge, huh? And I got nothing on the reverse on this one. So, Sissy's coin number 5. Normal 1970. Large date Lincoln cent. I'm going to move on to coin number 6. And that will be for Ron Fry. Ron Fry gets the next coin. Very nice luster on this coin. Very bright, lustrous coin. Bright red. Almost proof-like. Nothing on the reverse. And that's coin number 6. Coin number 6 for Ron Fry. Now, coin number 7. We'll go for Ron Fry again. Coin number 7 to Ron Fry. Let's take a look and see what's on that one. Ooh. Okay, I was just looking for possibilities on the bottom of the 7. Underneath, it's the top crossbar, but it's on the bottom part of the top crossbar of the 7. But it's just not there. I was just kind of hoping. And nothing on Liberty. So we'll flip it over and take a look at the other side. Looking at the reverse side, I see a mid to late die state coin with some die scratching. A couple of very small marks here and there, but nothing outside of the ordinary. Moving on to coin number 8. That's coin 7 for Ron Fry. Coin number 8. Aaron the Baron. It's coin number 8. And what is coin number 8? That's another one of those machine doubled coins. Or is it machine doubling? Does appear to be machine doubling. It doesn't show on the mint mark this time. Yeah, I'm going with machine doubling on that. It just doesn't even look like hub doubling. Had some dinner in between rolls. Didn't drink very much. Sort of in a hurry. Had about 10 minutes to eat and run. That's coin number 8. Let's take a look at coin number 9. Coin number 9 belongs to Paul Hampton. Paul Hampton will get another normal 1970s Lincoln Cent, it appears. Or is it? Yeah, it's normal. On the obverse, anyway. Oh, chow this evening wasn't anything special. I just had a peanut butter sandwich. Hey, I'm batching it. I have to act like I'm batching it. Can't sit around cooking food. Heck, I got coins to look through. Food can wait. You hear my dog back here snorting? Hello, John Henry Yeager. So this is for the benefit of anyone who has come in and does not know what's going on or has not seen this yet. So what we do is during the Tuesday night auctions or on our Facebook page at Coppercoins on Facebook, we offer coins in sealed bank wrapped rolls prior to opening the rolls, so that there's some chance that you could get something very special. Like right now we are doing what was a bank wrapped roll of 1970s Lincoln Cents. There's all kinds of nifty things that could come from 1970s Lincolns. So we're on our way to look for some of that stuff in this roll. So these coins sold prior to this show. These sold on Facebook. So we sell all 50 coins in the roll, and then we open the roll. Open the roll live on camera so everyone can see it. And we have name chips made up with everybody's name who purchased a coin in the roll. We have flips that are numbered in order. And we draw a name, look at the coin, and then we put it in the numbered flip with that person's name. And then that person gets that coin. We send it to them. They receive the coin in the mail. Regardless of what it is, we have found doubled dies worth over $100. We found RPMs. We have found high-grade coins. We have found a number of nifty Nito coins. And because I happen to know just a little bit more than the average bear about Lincoln Cents, as we go through these rolls, I talk about Lincolns, and the only two things I don't talk about when I'm doing this is religion and politics. Pretty much anything else I'll get into. Talk about the weather. We talk about the design of the Lincoln Cent. We talk about the Lincoln Cent and how it works with other coins and collections. We talk about coin storage. We talk about all kinds of things as we run this show. And we do this show every time I come up with more rolls to open. Like, for instance, later on this evening, I'll be doing this roll right here. This is a 1999 uncirculated Lincoln cent roll, original, that I will be opening for the benefit of the people who purchased a coin in that roll. So Joe McBride will get coin number 12, and Joe McBride will get the next coin in the roll. So now you kind of have a really good idea of how this operates and what we do and how we do it. Everything we do is straight out on the table, right out in front of you. There's a minor double die obverse right there. It's a bar L. It's a little thing below the L. You can see that little dot down there. I do believe that is a listed double die. Let me check the top of the 7 and see if there is something on the top of the 7. So this is a double die for sure. There's your 7. Let me get it better focused. Okay. You see that extra stuff on the top of the 7 right there? That's another 7. And that is also accompanied over here by that little dot below the L of Liberty. Hey Eric, we just found our first variety in the 1970S roll. It's a double die obverse, rather minor one, but it's there nonetheless, and this one goes to Joe McBride. Now for anyone who has a question about Lincoln cents, any question about Lincoln cents, it doesn't have to be, is this a double die, or is this an RPM, or anything like that. You can ask me any question you want to ask about Lincoln cents, about storage of Lincoln cents, about Lincoln cent preservation, about original bank rolls, about anything you want to ask about Lincoln cents, and send it to that email address down there on the bottom of your screen. That's mailcall@coppercoins.com. I'll take all your emails. I will work toward grouping them by subject matter and then teaching the subject matter that comes up most frequently. We're going to start this show with a couple of intro shows in March, and then I'm hoping by April. Yeah, it was Joe. That little guy right there, I do believe is a cud. Yeah, it's a rim cud. And so it's my hope that once we get to a point where I'm actually doing the show for real, you guys have got the for real idea of what we're looking for material to run on the show. So that's our first die for the day on this roll. So we're going to call that die 1 on this roll. It's going to be a minor 1970S double die obverse. We'll move on to the next. Do your emails have your own miscellaneous folder? If I kept every email I had, I'd have to shoot myself to find anything. I keep them in my memory bank upstairs in my head. I don't see, you can see extra on the top of that 7 right there, just like that. You can see it there. You brighten this back up just a little bit, and then we'll go over and we'll take a look at the L for that dot under the L. I think we have another example. Yep. There we go. Got the dot under the L showing the doubling on the L, and then we've got the little line above the 7 showing the doubling on the 7. So we have ourselves a double die here. Now, we're going to go back to the other coin real quick, and I'm going to look for 2 die scratches headed straight toward the S from the vest. That's what we've got here. We've got 2 die scratches headed directly to the S from the vest. So let me back up to the previous coin and see if those markers match. So make sure we've got the same die. And it appears we do not. Do not have the same die. This one has that rim cut down there below the date. The dot over the 7 is a little bit different, I do believe. Let me find a good scratch marker on this. See if I can match it up to anything on the other coin. Okay, we've got a die scratch out in front of the shoulder toward the lapel. You can see that right there in the lower part of the bust. So let's go to the other coin again and see if we can see that die scratch. And if that die scratch isn't there, well, there is a die scratch there, but it isn't the same. So this is not the same die. This is a different die with very similar characteristics. But this is a different double die obverse for the 1970S Lincoln Cent. There are a number of them like this. Seeing if there's any doubling on the 0. Not seeing anything. A little doubling on the 7, and that's about it. There are a number of these listed. And look at the reverse to see what's on the reverse, if anything, that we would need to talk about. Yes, Miss Jessica. 2 minor 1970S DDOs. This is one of them. You can see a little thing above the 7. We go over here and we got a little dot below the L. So that's one of the 2. And then the other one looks very similar to this one, only it has a slightly different amount of doubling on the 7, and it has different markers. So this one goes to Doug Reese. It will be coin number 2. Die number 2 for the day. So we got Joe McBride and Doug Reese, each with 1. And Jim Fletcher. Jim Fletcher's going to pick up coin number 14. Let's see what we got on coin number 14. Well, it's not the same as the others. So we're back into the realm of normal 1970S Lincoln Cents again. It is a large date. And we have a normal reverse. So that one, unfortunately, will go in the pile of normals. And here we come for another coin. JOB will get coin number 15. Coin number 15 in the roll belongs to JOB. And we have here what appears to be a normal coin. Coin number 15. Let's take a look at the reverse real quick. Alright, nothing on the reverse. So we have ourselves a normal coin for JOB. That's coin number 15. Move on to coin number 16. Mike Birchman. What? All kinds of stuff from the paper on there. Fibers from the paper. Looks normal so far. Looking at the reverse, we have a very clean looking coin. Very nice uncirculated coin. And a couple little hits on the steps. Not enough to take it away from being a gem. And that's Mike Birchman. Coin number 17 goes to Paul Hampton. Coin number 17 to Paul Hampton. Got nothing here. Go on around, take a look at the rest of the obverse. See if we have anything else on the obverse. Tim Crowell, that would be very interesting considering one has not yet been discovered. To my knowledge, there is not a known 1970 S over D Lincoln cent. Got nothing on that side either. I don't have a small date out right now to be able to compare the two. I did have a small date, but I don't have a small date right now. The comparative difference is more actually in the size of the 7 to the rest of the digits of the date. Let me show you. Okay, Doug Reese gets the next coin. Okay, this is another large date. You see how when you look at the date completely level, the 9 and the 0 sit higher than the 7. You see that? 9 and the 0 sitting higher. Actually, the 190 all sit higher than the 7. The 7 sits lower. And the other thing is that I'm going to turn it sideways for this little example, is that when you take it evenly with the 1 and the 0, so the bottom of the 1 to the bottom of the 0, the 7 extends below that. So the 7 goes lower than the 1 or the 0. On the small date, the 7 is equal with the 0 and the same size as the 0. So this one, the 7's a little bit larger and it sits low. And on the small date, the 7 sits high enough that it is equal with the height of the 0 on the top and bottom. There are differences in the shape of the 9 as well. There's also another difference that tends to not strike up well or get worn off of the large dates, is that the 7 appears to be two different little sticks stuck together, whereas on the small date it's all one piece. Once you've seen half a dozen of the small dates and really gotten yourself acclimated to what they look like, you'll never need to ask the question again, because you'll know exactly what it looks like. See how there's a division between the two parts of the 7? There's a crease that runs across there. That does not happen on the small dates. The 0 on the small date is actually a little more straight round, and on the large date it has more of an oval shape, and it also has a hump on the top of it. If you notice, it looks almost like it has a camel hump on the top of it, or it's almost egg shaped. On the small date it's actually just round. Okay, see nothing else on that side. Flip it over and take a look at the reverse. That right there, and the OF being weak, and the A in states, and the E in E pluribus unum being weak, is just a sign of a weak strike. Coin didn't strike up all the way because the press was not set to hit it hard enough. Actually, it's not a matter of hitting it, to squeeze it thin enough. That's the way it is. Press was set just a little bit too thick for this particular coin. Oops. I put that away and I didn't have a name drawn. I'm going to draw a name. Steve looking for silver. Steve looking for silver will own that coin. Yeah, once you have double dies, once you see double dies and know what you're looking at, you'll understand that what you should see on a double die is absolutely a perfect match for the photographs that you'll see of double dies, because a double die is an exact mirror image of the negative die that created the coin. And the die is what has the doubling in it to begin with. So if I take a little block and I carve an S into my little block, and I use that little block to go press an S into a bunch of pans of flour, you'll see a nice little S standing up on my little pans of flour. If I have a flaw in that S, or if I have an extra little hole or a cut, or any particular little lines or anything coming off my S in my block as I'm going around punching it into little pans of flour, it will show up in every single pan of flour simply because it's part of the design on the block. You're excited to see your double die coming out? No, machine doubling actually happens on a coin-to-coin basis while they're being struck. It's a loose die. The die shakes and rattles as the coin's being struck, and it actually damages the design on the coin by bouncing around while the coin's being struck. So it's kind of like a loose hammer. That's what causes machine doubling. And machine doubling can happen on one coin and not happen on the next coin, and then happen again on the next coin, and then not happen for another 100 coins. It's a very coin-to-coin thing. It just depends on how it rattles. It's kind of like when you got bad suspension on your vehicle and you're hitting humps and bumps and potholes on the road. Every one of them's going to treat your vehicle a little bit differently, and you're going to feel it a little bit differently based on how big, how wide, and how deep those different potholes are. Same thing occurs when you talk about a die bouncing. Every time it hits, it's going to bounce a little bit differently. Every time it bounces a little bit differently, it's going to damage that coin in a slightly different way. Exactly. It's not in the die, it's in the shaking. Shannon gets our next coin. Now, I have been through 1970S rolls and found 2 small dates in a roll. It can come that if Lincoln cents were bagged any time during the first half of 1970, that you could possibly find small dates. The small date was the first design used in 1970, and the large date was created not long after the small date was put into use. And it is believed that they were used simultaneously for a while, for the first few months of the year, that there would be one die hung once in a while that was a small date die amongst all the dies that are large date dies, and they would all mint coins, all go into bags together. Eric Beyer, take a drink real quick. All right, Eric Beyer. This is an exceptionally shiny coin. Very nice one. Unfortunately, I'm not seeing any doubling at all on this one. So I'll keep looking around the design for anything unusual, anything odd. And I see nothing on this coin. Let's take a look at the reverse. Very clean, mark-free coin. Looks like it's a decent solid gem. There's some gouges and stuff on the inside of the memorial building. Comes from a die cleaning. Let's make this easier, Tim. My email address is cd@coppercoins.com. I'm busy almost all the time. You can contact me with your question, and I'll send you a reply. How's that sound? Oops. I'm not in a place where I'm actually typing. That's my email address. You can use that to contact me. Let me see what you've got, and I'll let you know what it is. Levels of Madness gets the next coin. I'm busy doing this sort of thing almost all the time. I'm either doing this, I'm preparing inventory, or I'm getting ready for another show or auction. I deal with at least a couple of hundred people between suppliers and customers. And I generally don't have a lot of time to send emails. I can reply to them, but I'm not going to remember to send one. Well, it hasn't actually turned out to be a great roll, but it's not a bad roll, in the sense that it does have a couple of minor double dies in it. We haven't found any small dates. We haven't found DDO number 1. Mike Birchman. Although we know both the DDO number 1 and the small date, they're going to be kind of unlikely. So it's one of those things we hope for and not ever actually planning on seeing one. And if we do, great. I think I've probably been through, I don't know, maybe 300 or 400 bank wrap rolls of 1970s in my lifetime. I think I found maybe 3 or 4 small dates out of all that. I've only found one small date in change, ever. I've been doing this since the mid-1970s. A 43 PDS roll reveal in the run of a day. The problem is finding bank wrapped rolls of 43 PDNS. Sissy Atwell. Aha, we have a double die, and it's a different double die from the others. There's a little hook coming off the bottom of the 0. You can see it right there. It's a little hook coming off the bottom of the 0 and a little hook coming off the bottom of the 7. That's actually hub doubling. You can see the extra bar just below the top bar of the 7. That's also hub doubling. So this is a little double die right here. My little double die. It could actually be doubling above the L. There's not on this one. So we do have a double die. It is showing in the date. So there's our third different double die for this one roll. That is good, folks. That's real good. That is real good. Plus, you guys are giving me more material to take pictures of. This will probably turn out being a plate coin for Coppercoins, unless I find a different one in better condition. Yeah, typically your local coin shop people are not very in tune with what goes on the internet. A lot of those people are having a hard time surviving. That was Sissy Atwell, by the way. So there's Sissy providing us entertainment, right? Paul Hampton. Paul Hampton gets the next coin in the roll. Let's take a look and see what Paul gets. Well, we found a number of other double dies now. How about DDO number 1? How about it, boys and girls? Let's cheer for DDO number 1. It's amazing. I found 3 double dies in this roll, and all 3 of them are different. Great American Coin Hunt is definitely, generally, a full-on internet thing. Most of your local dealers who don't really have a huge presence on the internet, they don't pay attention. Now, local coin shop dealers can sometimes be a little grumpy. In fact, online dealers can be a little grumpy too. I've met some. Let's see. Shannon McCord. Shannon McCord will take coin number 28 in the roll. And let's see what we have. Well, I don't see anything going on this coin so far. Nothing on the obverse. Take a look at the reverse real quick. Yeah, nothing there. So this is Shannon's coin, coin number 28. We are more than halfway through the roll now. Let's go ahead and hit a short commercial break. Be sure to check out and subscribe to Mantic Coins on YouTube, where host Shay Hoffmaster takes you through a fun-filled tour through numismatics to include coin auctions, educational videos, live roll hunts, and much more. Come join in the educational fun with Shay. Search Mantic Coins on YouTube and subscribe today. The best in online auctions just got better. Now you can enjoy Coin Night live auctions twice weekly with the addition of CNLA Weekend Edition with your host, Jessica Johnson. All the same excitement and the same great deals with a new host and at a new time. Come join in the fun this weekend. There we go. We're back for action. Don't forget, that last commercial you saw is for the weekend edition of Coin Night Live Auctions, hosted by Jessica Johnson, right here on the Coppercoins channel. It would be tomorrow at 3 o'clock Central Time. JLB will take the next coin. It's coin number 29. Another 1970s large date. Yeah, Jess, why don't you post a link to the list of items for tomorrow's auction? While I'm placing coin number 30 for Shannon McCord under the scope. Let's also not forget, boys and girls, that we do have one more reveal today. Before the end of the day, we're going to be doing a late night reveal right here on the Coppercoins channel. It's going to be a 1999 plain roll. I'm going to be looking for double dies. Going to be looking for the white AM. It's going to be 10 p.m. Eastern. 10 p.m. Eastern right here. It's 8:45 already. It's just an hour and 15 minutes away. Sissy Atwell. Sissy Atwell will get coin number 31. Here is coin number 31. Well, it's not a double die. I must be holding my tongue wrong or something. I'd expected to find more double dies for her. What am I doing wrong? There's a link to the list of auction items Jessica will be running tomorrow at 3 o'clock Central Time. Right here on the Coppercoins channel. That's coin number 31 for Sissy Atwell. Coin number 32. Vidal Gonzalez. Vidal Gonzalez picks up coin number 32, and this is coin number 32. This is amazing. Found 3 different double dies in this roll, and not one repeat of any of them. And I believe this could be a repunch mint mark. So let's take a quick look at it. No. That's a hit. I was looking at that little fold in the upper serif, thinking that that might be a split, but it's actually hit on the mint mark. Now all that hump in the center of the mint mark, underneath, like inside the bottom opening, there's a hump in there. That's just part of the S punch. That's just part of the regular mint mark punch. This is what a normal 1970S mint mark looks like. So there we go. We got 36 people out there watching, and we only have 20 likes right now. Must mean I'm doing something wrong. Only got 20 likes. Well, if I'm not doing anything wrong, how about giving me a like? As you pound that like button for me, and it definitely helps me out with YouTube, because it tells YouTube to show me up when people are searching, because I have relevant content. Hey, Rudy. Did I get something? I didn't get anything for you in this roll. I think I remember you coming up in another roll. It's having something good. Can't remember what it was, though. Alright, Vidal Gonzalez gets coin number 32. Coin number 33 will go to... Hey, look at that, Rudy. I pulled your name out. I don't know how I do that. If people show up, I say hi to them, then I pull their name out of a bag. Must be the power of suggestion that my fingers can see. And my fingers know what they're pulling out. Okay. I see nothing on the obverse of this coin. Let's flip it over and take a look at the reverse and see if there's anything on there. And so far I see nothing out of the ordinary. John Henry Yeager, if you're still around, I just saw your question. And win one we don't do. We're not doing... nobody's winning anything here. This is a roll reveal of a roll that was purchased prior to the beginning of the show. So Rudy purchased a coin that I just drew for him prior to the beginning of the show. The first step to making sure that you're able to purchase these spots from us is to tell us what your screen name is, your YouTube screen name, your actual first and last name, and the email address where we send you PayPal invoice. Send that information to us via email at coppercoinspayments@gmail.com. You get us a message to coppercoinspayments@gmail.com, and we'll get you on the list of approved bidders. That means you're registered. As soon as you're registered with us and we know how to contact you and we know how to send you an invoice, you are welcome to purchase in our page or in the auctions and get involved in these roll reveals. This particular roll was opened as a original bank wrapped roll. It's been closed for 50 years. We just opened it today, and the coins from this roll were pre-sold at $3 per coin. And Adam Chambers bought one of the coins in the roll, and this is the coin that he's getting, the next coin in the roll as it came out of the roll. And if it has anything on it, if it's of premium value or unusual or anything unusual on it, well, I let you guys know right then, and we talk about it. Get educated, bone up a little on our coin knowledge. Then we move on to the next coin in the roll. So right now, I'm looking around on this coin, and there's nothing here outside of the ordinary. The Y looked weird, and Liberty. It does a little bit. It's over-polished. That's all it is. Starts real thick at the L and gets thinner as you go toward the Y. Some people might mistake that for weakness. Not knowing the shapes of the digits of the date, they might call that small date because Liberty is a little bit weak. But it's not true. Liberty's normal on that coin, as is everything else. So Adam Chambers will get that coin. Now move on to coin number 36. Coin number 36 will go to Robert Folk. And what does Robert Folk get? I don't see anything here so far. A regular large date. No doubling in the date. No doubling around the motto. No doubling on Liberty or the I or the ear. Let's take a look on the reverse and see if there's anything unusual on the reverse. We have designer's initials almost completely worn away, but that's worn away from the die, not from the coin. There's no wear on this coin. Yes, sir, Mr. Yeager. My pleasure. Drawing for coin number 37 now is Eric Beyer. Eric Beyer will take coin number 37. Let's take a look at coin number 37 and see what it is. And we don't have any doubling on coin number 37. On the obverse, let's take a look at the reverse. And nothing there either. So coin number 37 will be a normal coin. We'll go to Eric Beyer. And coin number 38. Coin number 38 will go to Steve looking for silver. And nothing on the date. Looks like nothing in the God We Trust or Liberty. it over and take a look at the other side. Oof. The designer's initials are almost gone. They're still there, though. You can still see them. That happens with excessive dye wear. Dyes tend to wear out. Details get really soft and start to disappear. And they just keep chucking right along, making more coins. Nothing silly about your questions, John Henry. Nothing silly about them at all. Takes a little while to get used to what's going on here. Hey, Carabelle. Just reading what Lady Spitfire wrote up there. You a character, girl. Let's see here. Got nothing unusual on the obverse of this coin. This is another one of those with the die scratches all over it. And take a look at the reverse and see what happened there. The designer's initials are at least a little more visible on this one than they were on the previous coin. Or previous two coins, actually. It just looks like somebody took a piece of sandpaper and just started rubbing around on the coin. But it was actually the die they were rubbing around on. Because all those little lines that you see on the coin, well, if it was sandpaper on the coin, the lines would be sunken into the coin. But they're actually raised on the coin, which means they came from the die. Okay, so here's Doug Reese. Doug Reese gets, well, it's a double die. It would be a die 1 for the day, double die. You see that extra little hump on the top of the 7? Right there, you can see it perfectly. Little hump on the top of the 7. You're going to have a dot below the L, right there. That dot below the L represents a very small bit of the highest relief of a secondary L. So that is a double die. DDO number 1 on the day for Doug Reese. Doug Reese is doing really well out of this roll. He's got 2 different double dies. 2 different minor double dies out of 1 roll. Not bad, brother. Next time I'll make you share with your brothers and sisters. So I got one of those for Joe McBride and one of those for Doug Reese. And Mr. Fletcher gets coin number 41. Let's take a look on coin number 41 and see what happens. What happened? We got nothing going on there. Early to mid die state die. Mid die state pretty much. Nothing else there. Nice looking coins they are. But of course, just like with any other circumstance that we go through a roll, not all of them are going to be die varieties. We're going to turn out with some normal coins out of the whole mix. Aaron the Baron. Let's see what Aaron the Baron gets here. Well, we have another one of those double dice. A little hook on the bottom of the 0. A little line on the bottom of the 7. go. You can see it better at that angle. But that is another one of die number 3 for the roll. Die number 3 for the roll. Currently only owned by Sissy Atwell. Will now have a double die brother, Aaron the Baron. That's pretty good. It's one of Aaron's first shots at doing a roll reveal. Got a number of people who are just getting involved in this. It's an interesting way to get an education. Actually buying the coins before you see them. This is Adam Chambers. I don't see anything on the date mint mark of this coin. Looking around the obverse, I don't see anything elsewhere here. Lady Spitfire, you have a good night. Enjoy your steak. I haven't been able to enjoy steak in a long time. I kind of like the way it tastes, but it really messes with my body. Sits on me like a lead balloon. Can't eat it. I don't like the flavor of hamburger. Tastes like a dead animal. Adam Chambers, coin number 44. Gosh, you guys are going to love these coins, man. Some of these coins are just absolutely fantastic. This one's a fantastic coin right here. It's just, it's really hard to convey how shiny and how beautiful this coin is. Diamonds, that's right. Shine bright like a diamond. Very nice uncirculated coin there. Let's take a look at this coin underneath this camera. You see how bright that is? I mean, I know it's not focused, but do you see how bright that coin is? All kinds of luster. The reverse. Very nice coin. There's a few of those coming out of this roll. Alright, coin number 45. Coin number 45 goes to Rudy Alfaro. This is coin number 45. Not a die variety. Couple of little spots. Got a bird nest on it. That's just extra paper fibers. I think my dog finally cooked himself. He's been laying over there next to the heater for hours. He finally got up and had to walk over to the other side of the room. Yeah, he's kind of sitting over under my table panting now. 30 degrees outside and this silly dog is panting. Rudy Alfaro. So next up, coin number 46 will go to Mike Birchman. Oh, now he's in there getting a drink in the bathroom. He doesn't drink out of the toilet. He has a water bowl in there. His dog couldn't reach the toilet to save his life. A rather weak strike on this one. Buddy, I'll get you more water as soon as I get done here. We'll fill your bowl up again. I'll sit in there and drink a whole bowl in one afternoon. Right? You drink a lot of water. I wish you'd drink more. Alright. We finally found the roll chip. It's going to go to Mike Birchman. Going to give him the roll for this, the wrapper for this 1970S roll. His name written on there. And there we go. And next, coin number 47 for Joe McBride. This is Joe McBride's coin. Is that one of the double dies? No. It's not. Not a double die. Doesn't look like it has a double die reverse either. Which, I mean, that would be kind of expected, you know. So, Joe McBride's coin number 47. We got 3 coins left in the roll. Coin number 48 will go to Mr. Fletcher. Coin number 48 to Mr. Fletcher. There's another double die. It's kind of a minor double die, but it does show up. It's on the inside of the 0 of the date. I do believe, yeah, that is a double die. You can see a very minor hook off the southern part of the 0. So let me blow up that area so you can see it better. And then I will turn the lighting up a little bit. See that little thing coming off the very bottom of the 7? That matches that line on the inside of the bottom of the 0. Looking at the 0 saying a 7. It's that little thing on the very bottom of the 7. It matches the line on the inside of the 0. Did I say the 7 again? I did. Hi, Tim. That depends, Tim, on the actual date and mint mark, the scarcity of the roll, how hard they are to obtain, what varieties we should be expecting or looking for, the value of those. This particular roll was at $3 per coin. 1969S roll that we did today was at $3 per coin. The 1999S roll that we're going to be doing later this evening is at $2 a coin. The 1959 plain, 1960 plain rolls that we did earlier today were at $1 per coin. That's different amounts based on a number of variables. Alright, Jim Fletcher gets himself a double die. Now we've got 4 different double dies in this roll. Very scarce. Very scarce. I mean, coffee, I just need my tongue untied. Alright, this goes to Chris Rhodes. Chris Rhodes will get coin number 49. And I'm not seeing anything on it. Nothing do I see. Going around, I don't see anything on the reverse of this coin either. It is a very clean coin. It's a very nice uncirculated coin, very bright, but nothing outside the ordinary on it. And that's coin number 49. Now for coin number 50 and the final last coin of the roll. Gonna go to Robert Folk. Here's Robert Folk's coin, the very last one in the roll. And what do we have here? Well, aside for some nice luster, a few spots because this is a roll end coin, We have nothing outside the ordinary. Ooh, yuck. A big heavy gouge right in the middle of the coin. That kind of ruined it. Yeah, it looks like that's that. That's that for this roll. Up to coin number 50. Robert Folk. Roll is now exhausted. All 50 coins are gone, and my bag is, as expected, empty. And so here we go. Better than the average 1970S roll. I'll tell you that for sure. Better than the average. Maybe not as good as we wanted it to be, but it was better than the average. There's our normal coins. And then we have 2 of one double die, 2 of another double die, and then 1 each of 2 other double dies for a total of 4 different double dies in here. And there's what we've got. Tim, usually there are limits to the number of coins I will sell per roll. A lot of times those limits are 2, 3, or 5 coins per person. The cost for the coins go for anything between 50 cents per coin up to about $25 per coin. And the $25 coins are like, for instance, I'll be getting a gem uncirculated original roll of 1936S Lincoln cents within another week. And those coins expected to be very, very nice coins, quite valuable coins. And they'll be $25 per pull out of the roll. Sometimes I do very nice rolls of steel cents. Those can be anywhere between $5 and $20 per piece. I've done a 1946S original roll. I do 1955S, 1956D. I've done a 54S recently, 53D recently, 1950D recently, and they usually run typically between $3 and $6 a coin, sometimes a little bit more, sometimes a little bit less. Just depends on what I had to pay for the roll to get the roll, depends on the expectation of what we think we could pull out of the roll, and the value of those coins. Okay, Jim, I'll probably put those up on Facebook once I get good pictures of the sister roll. There was another roll that came with it. There were 2 rolls together. One of the rolls has been opened. The other was left sealed. And I may have some pictures of some of the coins out of the one roll that was opened here real soon, so you can see the general condition of those coins. All right, so the unfortunate thing for right now is that I have a dog who wants to go outside, and I have to prep for my next, how many per person on the 36S? You know, I haven't really thought about that, but I think I could do 4 per person on the 36S. If you wanted to do 4 per person on the 36S, I would allow that. Not exactly sure when I'm going to post it on Facebook, because I don't know yet exactly when I plan to get the roll. The source that I'm getting the roll from is he's still communicating with me about sending the box, but hasn't sent the box yet. And I don't want to start selling spots on a roll before I actually have the roll in hand, because if I sell you a bunch of spots now and then the roll gets lost in the mail, then I'll have to refund you for the spots. And I don't want to do that. I'd rather have the spots right here, rather have the coins, have the rolls. Everything that I do is going to be right here in hand before I start selling it. So it's going to be, I don't know, I'll probably get them by the end of this coming week. I should have them easily by the end of this coming week. I tell you what, join me in another 45 minutes. Another 45 minutes, I'll be doing the 1999 roll. I have a doggy bothering me right now. He's pawing at my leg, trying to get me to go outside with him. So we need to make it outside here real quick. And I will talk to you guys later. 45 minutes from now, right here on the Coppercoins channel, we'll be doing a 1999 Philadelphia Mint roll. Thanks, folks.